You're watching this video, you think there's no way out of your anxiety or your depression during this pandemic. You know, it's endless, the news is just dreary, the weather's dreary. There's an easy 3-step process to try to push your way out of it. Let's walk through it. My name's Nick Tabor. I'm a personal trainer. I talk about mental health, wellness, and fitness on this channel because this is all the stuff that I've dealt with, and this one I'm working on right now. Especially in this time, and with human malware the way it is, we have got to work through our own way to get through our pain. It is far too easy to get into a panic, and it is far too easy to start really getting depressed, and we've got to regularly fight it the same way we do if nothing else was going on right now. We're having a very, very, very bad time as a human species right now. There's no way to sugarcoat it, and I don't want to, and no one else is doing it for you, so I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Hell, you're here for some help, and that's why you've clicked on this video, and that's why we want to go ahead and do better. So, where I am right now, I'm working through things, and I'm lucky enough that I've had a lot of banked time at my day job, that, I'm still getting paid. I don't have to dig into unemployment just yet, although that is coming very, very soon. Right now, I'm really working on building a community and building myself up, and this time that we have to stay indoors the majority of the time, we can't visit our friends, our loved ones, and work on things. I have to be able to find a way to make do. I'm working on constantly being productive and finding ways, like getting up in the morning, and the first thing is, okay, what can I do? I'll get here, and I have a computer over here in my office, fire it up, look through some things. Okay, good. Right now I'm working on videos for YouTube today, so that's where we try to go. It's like, okay, that's the focus, that's the project. And that's where I'm starting to push, and that's where we are now. It's very easy because we're all indoors, because a lot of us have boredom moments where I do. I mean, it's now, a month? I think it's 1 month today that that I've been furloughed from my day job. So at the time of recording this, so there's certainly been days where I've been down, sick to my stomach, thinking, what are we going to do? And there's days I'm very optimistic. Oh, yeah, people will come back and travel will be good and blah, 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 and things will be fine and, then that's okay. But it's, it's going to go up and down. But we've got to forgive ourselves. And every day I say to myself, I'm like, okay, a little prayer in my own way. I'm like, hey, dear God, if you can, please just give us a moment in time just to be able to have a glimmer of hope that things will come back to somewhat of a normal. And people are angry. Oh my gosh, people are angry. You turn on social media right now, and, in the city where I live, there's people at City Hall protesting all these measures to stay indoors, and businesses aren't open, and all this stuff, and we're not traveling, and, well, it's very understandable to have that particular anger. We're not talking about that right now. But of course, I see it on social media. These people, why are they doing this? Oh my God, we can't concentrate on them. We've got to build up our time, and we've got to build up who we are now, because this is the time we make ourselves better for the human race. We make ourselves better because when the door swings open and we start running out there and start doing beautiful things and start getting back to lives and seeing our coworkers and seeing our friends and family who we haven't seen in a few months, and we're like, what the frick do we do? Now, we've got to be able to say, okay, what did you do? Oh, I binged a lot. Wow, you've gained weight. No, you don't want to do that either. Okay. So let's get into a 3-step process of things you can do in order to ease the anxiety. And we've talked about a lot of it because we want to be able to, again, be better human beings. So, number 1, we want to have a regular routine where we eat regularly, okay? Anxiety builds up when we don't have a routine, when things are off. Like, okay, people are not going to work right now. We're looking at when the stimulus checks are coming in, when life is going to get better, and when is this going to happen? A lot of questions are unknown. But if you get up in the morning and you're like, okay, now what? What do I do? Like, you're totally off routine. What happens is human beings, for the most part, are genuinely very creative. Like yours truly. So what happens is our brain is like a big giant jigsaw puzzle, and we have a few pieces missing. And when we don't have information, like, when is it going to get better? I don't know. When are we going to live our life again? I don't know. And every I don't know, we want to creatively put something in our brain. So when we don't establish a routine, what happens is those pieces are starting to be filled when we have nothing to do, and we're like, okay, now what? Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if we never go back to work again? What if we need to find a new job? I'm not qualified for a new job. What if we never go back to a gym? What if the gym's closed? What if? And see how it starts to spin in your brain? And you say to yourself, self, I just don't know if this is worth it. And then, oh my God, then the floodgates start opening. But if we wake up and we have this routine, and we say, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do exercise, I'm going to do stretching, I'm going to check the news, I'm going to make breakfast, I'm going to work on a project, pre-plan a project for you, and eat regularly on schedule, the body will have room to fuel itself as you're working, and you get the energy and you still remain focused. And that's the better way to do it, because the focused mind is so well, and this is the real truth of idle hands is the devil's playground. Number 2, exercise regularly. Where is my, there we are. All right, so I've been working on using kettlebells. I have a small 10-pound kettlebell that I've been using just to work on myself and find some way to be able to build up the muscle and maintain the muscle that I have. Of course, I've seen every single meme, and although those are funny, it's like before quarantine of SpongeBob being really strong, and after quarantine, SpongeBob is weak and go, I can't do it! And it's just like, what? No, what are we gonna do? And it's really funny. But we have to be able to build ourselves up, and not only for our physical appearance, but we want to build up for our mental health as well. As we're working through this, the depression will go down when we exercise regularly, because our brains knock that chemical around and release that chemical which is called dopamine, to be able to push that level up in order to make us feel happy. So we're like, okay, we've done that. We push this up, and we're good. Those chemicals are going. We're good. And again, we're focused on something we're doing. The better we're going to be. Number 3, you want to take time for yourself. Beyond all this, like if you get through your projects and you've got to take a nap through the middle of the day, take a freaking nap. Or you've got to take a mental health break because beyond all this, something is going to creep in. You're like, oh, God, I've got to go ahead. I've got to feel that. What am I going to do? Or some problem is creeping in. You're like, what am I, besides the obvious of paying a bill or making rent or doing anything else you've got to do, is it really worth your time? Take that moment and forgive all as well as part of this. What I've learned personally, right? All of our issues that we have right now, like having that beef or grudge with a loved one, or, that friend or that coworker that you just couldn't stand. I don't know. Maybe there's not a reason for it, but right now, all this stuff going on, what is that worth it anymore? Hell with that guy. Nah, just get rid of it. Forgive all. Forgive yourself, because that anxiety that's built up of, okay, if I go back to the office, I have to see so-and-so again. So what if you do? They're not around. You haven't been to work in a while if you're watching this right now, possibly. I haven't, so it's like, okay, they haven't creeped in my mind. I'm like, whatever. you know, but take time for yourself as well. Like, okay, I've got to go out, go for a walk. I'm going to go just get away from everything and just walk in a field alone for a little bit. Put some music on some headphones and just, dude, we're cool, you know? And then we're fine. That's all. All right. So there we are. I hope your anxiety and depression works, and I hope this video helped. There's another video I want you to check out that's right around here. Go ahead and take a look at that. As always, we climb. I'll see you tomorrow.